Okay, so today we are going to animate the arm with using the follow through. Okay, so this is the files that you can download from the internet from the Moodle. Okay, so before you do it, please create a new folder and put your AI files in here because the file has to be organized very well when you're using the After Effects with some external files. Okay, so now I import my file here. Go to File, Import File. And then I put this folder, the new folder is now in my download folder. I just create 08. Okay, this is my files. And you have to import as a composition, retain layer size. And then you click open. So when you double click into the new composition, this is the composition, double click, you should see all the layers is here. Okay, the layer, the names here, they are the same as what you name in Illustrator. So just make sure that you have named the layers very well, very organized. So for the movement here, we need to adjust the center point for each of the layers. For example, the upper arm. Actually, I will move my upper arm, the center point to here because this is our shoulder. When actually we need to rotate our arms, actually this is the joint. Okay, for the lower arm here, okay, you can see that the center point is now here, but it's wrong because actually our arms will not rotate in this direction. Okay, so you need to move here. Okay, so you can see that for the top one, the center point should be at the shoulder, and this one, the center point should be at the elbow. And now for the palm, okay, I should put my center point to our wrist. Okay, so make sure that all these three layers, the center point have been well placed. Okay, so I put it down together again. Now I will select all these three layers and then I press arrow out to show the rotation. Okay, so first of all, maybe I would like to rotate my arms, but you can see that the animation is not correct. Okay, because all these three layers, they are moving separately. Okay, so before we really animate our character, we need to parent. For example, I go to the palm, it will parent to lower arm. And then for the lower arm layers, it should be parent to upper arm. So if I rotate the upper arm, you can see that the whole arms will move. If I rotate the lower arm, you can see that the palms will follow the movement as well. So you have to parent, okay? And then now here, I would like to animate my palms for swinging animation. So first of all, maybe I move my arm in this way, in this direction, to the left hand side. Okay, maybe I slightly bend a bit. Okay, very relaxing pose. Okay, and then I set up the first keyframe here by switching on the stopwatch. And then for the first keyframe here, at the first second, this time I rotate my arm to the right hand side. Again, maybe I will relax my arms a bit, something like this. So if I just preview my animation, you can see that this is my animation. Okay, if I want to make an animation which can be loop, okay, we have to make sure that the first keyframe and the last keyframe, they are the same. And then the animation can be loop. For example, I go to 2 second here, make it longer. And I go to 2 second. Okay, I copy the first keyframe. This is the first keyframe. I select them all and go to edit, copy. And make sure that I'm now at 2 second. And then I paste the keyframe here. I'm sorry, I copy. Select it, copy, and go to 2 second and paste. Now you can see that I just copy the first keyframe here. Okay, so of course you can see that the position is the same. They are identical. Okay, this is what our arm look like at the first of the 0 second. This is also what it looked like at the 2 seconds. So they are the same. So when you play back this animation, it can be looped. Swing to left, swing to right, and swing to left. Okay, continue. Okay, so if you want to make an animation which is loop, you have to make sure that the first keyframe and the last keyframe they are the same. Okay, but the motion is not good yet because you can looking at the motion here. Okay, my arm look very rigid. Okay, but you know that our arms actually is they are got some of the muscle and our skin. So actually our elbow should not be stiff like this. So what I'm going to do is I add the follow through. Okay, so I just focusing on the first part of our animation. Well, my arms is moving to from left to right. Okay, from left to right. Okay, actually my follow through should pointing to the right hand side. So how can I do to pointing to the right hand side? Now you can looking at my palm. Now it's more pointing to the to left hand side, sorry. Pointing to the left hand side. For the lower arm as well. Okay. Now it's pointing to the left hand side. Okay, so when you preview my animation again, you can see that my elbow look very soft, right? Because I have just applied the follow through here. Again, repeat the same things for the animation from 1 second to 2 seconds. Okay, so now looking at the animation first. My arms is from the right to the left, from the right to the left. Okay, so my my arms so pointing more to the right hand side, more to the right hand side. Okay, so when you're looking at my animation, you can see my waist here is more softer than before. So when I preview the whole animation for this 2 seconds, you can see my arms look very soft right now. But of course, you can also make a very exaggerated motion. For example, this one is pointing to the left. I can make it like this. And this one is pointing to the right hand side. I can make it more exaggerated. But you can try to looking at the result, okay? Maybe it's too strong. Yeah, so you can see that um, sometimes we don't make the follow through very, very strong because it's not correct. Okay, it doesn't look good. Okay, so I think that the follow through is slightly pointing to the left is good enough. Okay, this one slightly pointing to the right hand side is already good enough. Don't need to make it very, very strong. So again, okay, I think this can be more. Yeah. So you can see much better. It's much better than what you have just did. Okay, if thou follow through, you will find that the whole arm is look very rigid. Okay, for the arms with the follow through, you will find that the waist here look very soft. So when you're working on your character, okay, remember you need to separate your character in different pieces. Okay, it really depends on your movement. Okay, if you need to animate that parts of your character. It has to be a separate layer. So if you name all the layers very well, and then you will find that the names is also here is put it in After Effects, and all the layers name they are copy here, just the same. Okay, it's more easier for you. So when you're working on Illustrator and create your own character, remember you have to separate the item in different layers, and also you need to name the layers properly. For example, for the arms on the left hand side, maybe you will put an arrow to indicate this is the arm on the left hand side. You will put an R to the arms for the right hand side. Okay, otherwise there's two arms, you don't know which is the left arm or which is the left arm. Okay, so you need to prepare the file before the next lesson.